It certainly seems like a good idea because we're worrying about the widening gap between people of different income levels and trying to help people support a family or make a decent wage. But when you really look at it, what we're doing, expressing that community concern to try to help people by ordering a particular employer who's already providing a job that he should be paying more rather than all of us in the community chipping in through something that is on the books already called the Earned Income Tax Credit. So I'm hoping that I'm on the Education and Workforce Committee, which has jurisdiction over the minimum wage in the House of Representatives, and working with economists and others, we're taking a real hard look at seeing if we can't make some improvements, modifications, and integrate the Earned Income Tax Credit with the minimum wage a little better. People actually who are in low income aren't getting just the minimum wage now. They're getting the minimum wage, 7.25 plus Earned Income Tax Credit.
And you feel that's been effective? History demonstrates that the Earned Income Tax Credit has worked as an anti-poverty?
There have been problems with it, but it has worked. And in fact, Congress has looked at it a couple times in the past. It goes back to the 70s, but it was significantly improved in the late 80s, early 1990s. And the Earned Income Tax Credit can vary according to family size. The minimum wage can't. Right. And one thing that we are looking at trying to do is a better job of making it possible for people to get the Earned Income Tax Credit in each paycheck rather than having to wait till the end of the year. Some people like to wait to the end of the year because you get a big refund and you can buy a refrigerator or a TV set or pay off some bills, so it's sort of a form of forced savings. But a lot of other people would rather get the money, obviously, when they need it each week or month.
Let me push back on this. There are some who argue that the Earned Income Tax Credit essentially drives down wages, that employers are beneficiaries of this move. What do you say to that?
Well, of course, most wages are above the minimum wage, and it is because the marketplace is out there. A lot of companies are looking for employees, but the people need skills. There are people out there who maybe have physical and mental handicaps, who have skill problems, who are employable at the minimum wage, but not much more than that. When you raise the minimum wage, one of the unanticipated side effects is that it makes it more desirable for people to basically just eliminate that job by automating. So it doesn't necessarily create more jobs to raise the minimum wage. If it was a perfect solution or a magic bullet, we've been doing this for 50 years, and it hasn't. The gap's been widening, and it's become harder for low-skilled people to find jobs. So we don't want to price people out of the job market while we're trying to help them.
Politically speaking, what's the risk for Republicans?
The politics of it are interesting in this sense. If you do political polling, I think we're told 58–60% of Republicans support increasing the minimum wage as well as Democrats because people are concerned about individuals who are working and who are struggling to make it. But what we need to do is not just to have that concern, but hopefully our job as representatives is to try to think through how this really works and see if we can't come up with things that will minimize the bad side effects. If you set any price in an economic market, it starts causing distortions, and that will happen if we don't deal with the minimum wage debate creatively.
Congressman Tom Petri from the 6th District in the state of Wisconsin. It's good to have you on the program. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.